So patch notes preview have just hit, and it looks like the dust will actually start affecting the shipping risk and rewards, or at least it will So previously it was multiplying the shipment value and having disproportionate high impact on risk compared to rewards. So that means we can use maybe lower level ship or sailors, and they will also be applied to shipment value and scale the amount of rewards based on the other goods being shipped. So about a week ago, I kind of had this idea already from testing. So if we look at my spreadsheet, I did a little bit of testing about a week ago, just to get some baseline testing done. It's pretty messy, but the main idea was what I had is if you were to do 8K dust versus 100,000 dust, you'd basically have no difference in returns. The amount of currency and the amount of runes you got was the same. And it would only show, or you would only gain more runes and currency by increasing the number of crops. So 1K of each to 2K, you see there's an increase of runes and a number of currency. Same thing from going to 2K to 4K. So pretty consistent there. And then I can say it's consistent because I did do more testing of other crops. So if you did 500 dust and just 5K of wheat, the numbers are pretty consistent. So whatever formula they have, basically always spit out a similar number of currency and runes at whatever value. Is very consistent. And there's basically also no difference between 0 dust and 500 dust. So it just shows that dust didn't do anything for crop turn-ins previously, or still, because currently the patch hasn't come out yet. And that just, for my testing, I figured this out a week ago, but I didn't know if the dust affected quality. But because of what they said previously before the league start, you will have diminishing returns in quantity, but then eventually you'll hit a certain breakpoint of getting more quality. So I didn't know if dust maybe affected the quality, and since I didn't record the value of the returns of crops, then I wasn't sure. So it was just something I thought about, but it was, excuse me. It just shows that dust currently has no effect on the number of runes and currency, and it probably doesn't actually have an effect on the returns of the crops. If you were turning 8,000 dust, this would be no different from 0 dust because you're not getting more currency, so you're not getting more hitting that breakpoint for more quality. And then my current testing is this, where I'm doing 8,000 dust. I already did some of this, but it's 8,000 dust and then showing what I get in value versus 0 dust, which I just started doing. And it looks pretty similar. The values is a little bit worse. So currently 1K of each crop of no dust versus 1K of 8,000 dust. It's it looks like it's a lot bigger, but it's a very small sample, right? And then one divine could easily change that if you get lucky. But it is still pretty similar where you get very little currency above chaos. I am not checking every currency, so maybe you could consider unmaking orbs or regals as rare or higher valued than a chaos, but because no one really cares about that, you want to see exalts, divines, sacred orbs, annuls even, which are at least these are all significantly more valuable than a chaos and significantly rarer than a chaos. So this is where the quality would come in, and you just don't really see that. But then if you do the 2K, which I've only done a few runs of, you already see instantly way more of the more quality or higher value currencies with the 0 dust. So it's pretty similar to this, even though it is showing to be way higher value. It will average out probably eventually. But again, I will probably stop doing this testing, save up my crops and my dust, because then they're going to be significantly, or there'll be new ratios or whatever values you can check out. And because of that, the shipment values being different, so maybe instead of just doing, you can do 1K of each, but then maybe you can do 16,000 dust or 20,000 dust to be equal to 2K and so forth. So maybe future ratios will be much better, so saving up on that. And that brings me back to just using 2 Verisium bars. You can just do that for a while, because the benefit of that is you get scarabs, runes, but also you get chances for the pirate, and then the pirate's basically a bunch of free gold and runes as well. So probably will be just doing the 2 Verisium bars until the patch hits, and then hopefully I've stocked up a lot of dust and runes till then.